Hi there, I'm Anna Miller. I have a passion for radio broadcasting, producing, as well as TV anchoring and reporting. I've had the opportunities to do anchoring, live shots, and packages. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my resume reel.
My passion is writing.
Fitzsimmons says getting advice is very valuable, especially since he wants to write more books in the future.
And that's what I kind of do in my free time a lot of the time. And so I've been working on this novel for like a year and a half, and I've gotten to a point where I wanted to show someone that's somewhat of a professional, and so I started coming to the writing center, and Lenore's given me some really good advice as far as like how to improve my writing and make it like more publishable.
Fitzsimmons' mentor, Dr. Lenore Maybaum, who has been leading the Community Writing Center since 2017.
My dean, Matt Gilchrist, he fully funded it, and so now it's just Kirkwood running the show.
Maybaum says some of the funding comes from her college, and they also receive great funds from Johnson County. The funding received for the Community Writing Center allows for greater opportunities and continuous traffic flow.
It's really well trafficked now. There's usually not longer than 10 minutes where there's not somebody showing up looking for help.
From the Iowa City Public Library, I'm Anna Miller, DITV. The Stanley Museum of Art reopened its doors August 26, 2022, and since then has served as a wonderful outlet for students to get creative with their everyday coursework.
Classes come through from a variety of disciplines, so we're really happy that we have an interdisciplinary education program here. We collaborate with instructors to connect the art collection to many objects or many themes and goals for classroom learning. When students do close looking exercises together, they're really practicing their communication skills, their observation skills, and those are really transferable to a lot of other disciplines.
These interactive and inclusive programs the Stanley offers allows for change and new perspective for student education.
One way to approach the Stanley is a space for wellness for students in the community, the campus community. You can come here, you ever leave an art museum and you're like, I'm glad that I saw that, you know? Kind of like washing away the day when you look at some art that deals with other topics or is kind of uplifting. I hope the Stanley is viewed as a place not just where you can complement your education here at the University of Iowa, but you can complement like your social life and the fun times and memories you make at the University of Iowa. So I hope the museum is a centerpiece in a variety of ways. And then also that people can come back, you know, to the University of Iowa after they're done and remember, like, I had a class at the museum and fond memories associated with that.
This Museum of Art is painting a picture for success. From the Stanley Art Museum, I'm Anna Miller, DITV. The University of Iowa's main campus library is a studying hotspot for students and a place where students develop studying habits that set them up for success in their college career. Studying can be all-consuming, and developing good study habits can take a while and become difficult for most. With the fall weather approaching and midterms right around the corner, students are trying to cram in those extra study hours required of them. On average, students are expected to study 3 hours per every 1 credit hour, which raises suspicion for students on how accurate that expectation really is.
It's often maybe the first question I would ask somebody if they're struggling in a class is how much time they're dedicating, and if it's not that sort of 3 hours per credit hour, that would be the first place to start to change your study habits.
I think that the three hours of outside work per 1 hour of inside of the classwork kind of feels like an unattainable goal in kind of contemporary life, and I feel like it's a little bit antiquated because we're talking about a full course load's 15 hours, right? So if we're talking about 45 additional hours outside of that, we're talking about 60 full hours, which would be time and a half of a full contemporary work week. So it feels like right now like an unattainable goal, but I think it's a little bit more complicated than that.